Hello and welcome to Courts Today by LiveLaw. I'm Devojit Das, and in today's segment, we explore 8 pivotal legal developments, from high-profile criminal appeals to administrative dissent, from compensation law to interventions in sensitive matters affecting dignity and justice. Let's begin. First up, the Bombay High Court has begun hearing the appeal by family members of the 2008 Malegaon blast victims, challenging the special NIA court's acquittal of BJP's Pragya Thakur, Lieutenant Colonel Prasad Purohit, and others earlier this year. The blast near a mosque killed 6 people and injured many. The NIA court had ruled that evidence such as the motorcycle linked to Thakur and alleged RDX procurements were inadequately proven. Families led by Nisar Ahmed Sayyid Bilal have now filed an appeal before a bench headed by Justices Ajay Gadkari and Ranjit Sinha Bhosle, with hearings expected from September 15th. The case probes whether the justice system allowed procedural gaps to nullify accountability in a high-stakes terrorism case. Moving on, the Supreme Court on September 9th ordered a patient to refund 10 lakh rupees received from the NCDRC, ruling that the commission wrongly invented a case of antenatal negligence that had never been pleaded. The dispute originates from the tragic death of a woman from post-delivery complications, specifically atonic postpartum hemorrhage at a nursing home. The original complaint alleged negligence in postnatal care, which was upheld by the Punjab State Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission. The NCDRC, however, overturned that finding and instead created a separate allegation, availed only in the appeal, that the doctor failed to conduct proper antenatal tests even though it was never part of the original case. This anchors procedural fairness as a shield for medical professionals against ex post facto claims. The Supreme Court has raised serious concerns over the Kerala High Court bypassing trial courts and directly entertaining anticipatory bail pleas under Section 438 of the Criminal Procedure Code. In the case of Mohammed Russell C versus State of Kerala, the Apex Court noted that the proper legal process was sidestepped, ignoring the Sessions Court, which should typically hear such applications first. The bench emphasized that statutory hierarchy exists for a reason, and trial courts serve as a crucial fact-finding forum. When high courts entertain such pleas directly without exceptional circumstances, it risks diluting procedural discipline and undermining judicial structure. With the notice now issued to the Kerala High Court, the Supreme Court has signaled a firm stance. Procedural shortcuts aren't just technical errors. They strike at the foundation of legal norms. Next up, the Kerala High Court again declined to intervene in the controversial suspension of KTU's registrar, who revoked permission for a campus event displaying a Bharat Mata painting with a saffron flag attended by the governor. The High Court described the impasse between the Vice-Chancellor and the syndicate as unpleasant and a poor precedent for students. The matter is left for institutional resolution, highlighting the tension between university governance and symbolic politics. Moving on, the Supreme Court recently questioned why bureaucrats without sufficient judicial oversight retain the sole authority to determine compensation for landowners under the National Highways Act. The bench emphasized that property rights, protected under Article 300A of the Indian Constitution, require fair hearing and impartial decision-making. By calling on the union to reconsider these provisions, the court flagged potential arbitrariness in administrative valuations and signaled the need for more equitable mechanisms. Historically, the court has upheld the rights of landowners, even granting solatium and interest retrospectively for past acquisitions, rejecting attempts by the National Highway Authority of India to limit such payments. The Delhi High Court has expressed irritation and concern over the Delhi government's casual, lackadaisical failure to reconstitute the Waqf Tribunal even after the previous member was transferred in April 2022. The absence of a requisite notification under Section 83 of the Waqf Act 1995 has paralyzed the tribunal, leaving litigants forced to take matters to the High Court, increasing pendency and eroding access to justice. This dampens the faith in statutory bodies and burdens the High Court with cases that ought to be resolved at the tribunal level. In another notable case, the Punjab and Haryana High Court issued notice to retired Judge Nirmal Yadav and co-accused following a CBI appeal against their acquittal in a decades-old case. The 2008 scandal involved a vehicle delivering 15 lakh rupees in a bag, allegedly intended as a bribe, mistakenly arriving at Justice Nirmaljeet Kaur's residence. Despite an earlier CBI gauge and a 17-year trial implicating Judge Yadav, the special CBI court in Chandigarh acquitted all accused, stating the prosecution had miserably failed to bring home the guilt with no conclusive link evidence or corroborated witness testimony. The High Court now considers CBI's request for review, with next hearing set for December 15, 2025. In another crucial judgment, the Allahabad High Court underscored the deep social consequences of mandating DNA tests for children born of rape, highlighting the risk of stigmatization for both mother and child. The court noted that excavation into a survivor's family history is not automatically permissible, and DNA testing should only be allowed when strictly necessary and with the survivor's consent. Parallel precedents reinforce that in rape cases, the core question is whether sexual assault occurred, not paternity. Courts must avoid outcomes that inadvertently harm the dignity of victims or entrench social bias. That wraps up today's Courts Today by LiveLaw, a lineup that blends criminal justice, administrative governance, and human rights sensitivity. For full judgments and expert commentary, visit www.livelawmedia.in. I'm Debojit Das. Thank you for watching.